What's going on, everyone? I hope you guys are having an awesome flipping Saturday and a relaxing one, really. I really hope you guys are having a good, relaxing Saturday because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just me, but this past week has just been so exhausting for me. Just really exhausting. But I'm here. I'm here. How you all feeling, man? Let me know. Let me know how you all feeling. Hope you guys are having a great time. Just want to do a quick audio check because sometimes this doesn't work out perfectly. Yeah, perfect, good stuff. So today we're gonna do a space on X, of course, going over about the Model Y and obviously other Tesla stuff as well that we always steer out of combo and stuff like that. So, La Rafael, how you doing, my man? Love your charts. Keep going, man. It's some good stuff, man. Love it. I absolutely love it. So we got less than 15 minutes before we start the space on X. So let's have some talks between you and me, between us. Just waiting for the person to get ready and for everyone to get in, and then we can start. It's gonna be an awesome space. An hour and a half is what we're gonna go for as usual, and we're gonna do it. There's never a relaxing day. Oh man, jeez. Nowadays, dude, I'll be honest. It's it's different. It's different. I know people who work 3 jobs and they still can't get by. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. This inflation thing really messed us all up, man. Really messed us all up. How you doing, Roof? Roof. You're Turkish. I can see by that name. Love Turkish stuff, man. The food is, man, I love the food. Hey, I got 16 shares. Been watching you for a while. Well, welcome to the channel, my man. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you smash that like button. And thanks, man. I have a lot of juicy videos coming for Tesla. Well, of course, that's what I cover. A lot of videos, and a podcast coming up soon by someone very special. He has 60,000 shares, and he's still continuing. It's an amazing podcast, and if you're a new investor, you're gonna learn a lot because this guy has some good tips. So I hope you just get ready. I was hoping to get that uploaded by tomorrow for members only, but I have some editing to do on that. So that's going to be available on Monday for members only. Sorry, it'll be available tomorrow for members only, but Monday for everybody else. So yeah, working on Uruguay as we speak. Man, I love your details. I love your details. I don't know if you can, dude. Is it possible if you could make a list of all countries of how many Teslas they sold on a monthly basis? I know each country is different, but can you get this data? If you do, my man, it'll help not just me, it'll help everybody. That'd be awesome. Let me know if you can do that, my man. And my DMs are open, so if you want to DM me, go for it, dude. Scott, thank you for becoming a member, man. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Honestly, thank you. And there will be early access to videos, to really, special videos, and as well as soon inclusive videos, hopefully. Let's see. I'm trying my best on that, but I'm trying to bring more value for members only. So that's what I'm trying to do. But LFG 664 shares average at, wow, your average is freaking amazing. My average is like $60 more than yours. But I have almost 1,100 shares. But again, dude, the 150 shit per share is even if I wanted to go down that low, it won't. But that's really good. And the longer you hold it, man. I mean, I just made a video about how many shares you will need to retire by 2030 from the ultra bear case, ultra bull case, and I even did some stuff, and that's also, that chart is available on Patreon and stuff like that. But 664 shares, I think that's plenty in 2035. You're gonna do very well. Not financial advice, of course, but that's how I see it. Knowing Tesla, I think the stock could be over $3,000 per share by 2030. Some other people think it could be as high as 11,000. Shout out to Joe for that. Sheesh, that'd be insane. Have you see Elon playing PO? Yeah, he always plays that. He always plays that. Hard to get, but Pulley has some of them. Yeah, but the thing is that I love Roland. I love him, but he posted the numbers a bit too late. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I'll keep an eye on for that. But thanks, man. Pejjy, I was subscribed in between jobs at the moment, but I love your. I was subscribed, but in between jobs at the moment, but I love your content. Subscribe, my man. It's only one click away. Only one click away, my man. But yeah, no worries. Wait a minute. If you're in between jobs at the moment, why you on the stream? Love it, man. Thanks for the love. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you're finding uh, love it that you find the content. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Just get ready. There's gonna be a lot of awesome things coming. I love making videos. I love making videos. I think this is my passion. Well, I've been making videos. I have multiple YouTube channels. This is the one that I started 3 years ago because I just love investing and stuff. And man, I love it, dude. I flipping love it. I just can't get sick of it. I just can't get sick of it. I love it. Um, so thank Turkey 2024 sales 11,000. Okay, second most EV after TOGGG Turkish EV. Wow. So Tesla is beating a domestic EV company in sales. That's crazy, and they're just starting. Amazing, amazing. Love it. I mean, become a member. Oh, thank you, my man. Thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Take your time, though. No, I love it. Thanks, man. Thanks for the content. I love making content, so it's my pleasure. My pleasure, James. Got laid off and replaced by an AI in December. So looking for a new job, but I will have one soon, bro. So don't become a member, my man. Save your money. I know it's like $2 a month. Don't become a member, bro. Focus on getting an income. Focus on that. Reduce your expenses, man. Once you have a job, dude, and you're not worried or stressed about anything, then you can start doing the things, man. Financial literacy is very important. Don't become a member until you're stable, dude. Limit your expenses as much as you can, even if it's $1 or $2. It all adds up quickly, dude. Trust me. Trust me. It all adds up pretty flippin' quickly. But you'll find a job, though. You'll find a job. 100%. Are you in the US? If you're in the US, then you'll definitely get a job easily. Sitting on 7,800 shares. Sheesh. Looking to add some December 25, 26 calls at 600 and 800 strike price this week. You know what? The crazy part is that I wouldn't say no to that. That's probably a good idea. I've never done any options or anything, but that's probably a good idea. Yeah, we'll find out. I think we're gonna hit around $700 by end of this year, given there's no black swan event. Hopefully, there's no black swan event. Then yeah, I can see in between that. It's nice. Love it, dude. No domestic no domestic EV 31,000. Okay, Tesla 11,500. No, domestic EV 31,000, Tesla. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. How are Turkish cars, by the way? Let me know. I want to know how Turkish EVs are. Of course, I don't think they are, anything up to par to Teslas. I know that for sure. But curious to know how Turkish EVs are. Turkey is becoming very innovative in everything. So, and I love their candy, man, their chocolates and stuff, man. I'm in the confectionery company here, and I don't know if you know a company called Elvan. Oh man, them truffles and tofix. It's good stuff, dude. I'm telling you. Anyways, moving on. How is life in Kuwait? Was that where you was living? Actually, I'm there right now. I'm living in Kuwait at the moment. I'm working here actually because Canada sucks. I'll be honest. I'm Canadian, but I'm working and living in Kuwait because there's no taxes. The currency is strong. Like one Kuwaiti dinar is $3.33 American, and there's no tax. Life sucks though. I'll be honest. Life sucks. It's just work home, work home, work home, and yeah, it sucks. How long have you been YouTuber? Love the content. Well, on this channel, I've started 3 years ago, but I had a couple other channels that I started like 10 years ago, and they're doing pretty well. They're doing good. But on this channel that I decided to, I want to talk about investments. I want to do like, talk about stocks and all that kind of stuff and, share my passion of Tesla. I started to do that in 2022 or 2021. It was one of those years that I started. You guys can go back to the oldest video here on this channel and check it out. But I love making content. I mean, I've been doing it since 10 years and I continue to do it. And I think when I retire from Kuwait, this will be the, not I think, I know this will be what I want to do. So I love it. I love it, man. I love the support. Le Rafael, I try not to tell anyone where I work. I do make it public on subscribers on X. I do make it public there. Because I don't want everyone knowing what I do. That's the thing. But it is available on X. I just posted what I do today. Just a little taste on X for subscribers only. Same work schedule as me, man. I'm in Sweden. Yeah, but at least Sweden is life. You know, at least you can go to a club, you can go to a party, you can go to a bar. You know, there's alcohol free. There's no alcohol here in Kuwait. It's just it's. I'm not saying alcohol is good, but I'm just saying, you know, to have a good time, you need to have some of these things. You know what I mean? So Sweden is nice. Sweden is good. I mean, I've never been to Sweden, but at least there's some level of freedom. I know right now is dark days because it's winter, but it's better than Kuwait in terms of lifestyle. I know it's expensive. Kuwait is not expensive, so you can definitely save and invest and get more Tesla stock. But in terms of life, there is no life here in Kuwait, dude. Better, more life in Sweden, to be honest. 100% Tesla. Let's go, Mika. Let's flip in. Go. Hey, I want to hear about what you think the new affordable models will look like. Will they look more like the Legacy 3Y, or do you think it'll look more futuristic? Yeah, I think it's gonna look more like what. Picture what the Model Y looks like, the new one, and just compact it down to the affordable models. There's no doubt about that. Tesla's going for the entire cyber look for all their vehicles. But I'll be honest, I like the new Model 3 design better than the Y. I don't know. I have to see it in person to make a firm, complete 100% decision or um, um, opinion. I know Elvan, it's not the best, but still good. I know, but here in Kuwait, it's number one. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. We got 3 minutes until we start, guys. 3 minutes. So let's just get some questions or some of these comments up, and then we can start. So I like, I like I like the look of my Model Y more, but understand the need for the refresh. Love your stock video. Let's flip and go. Holding 1,000 shares myself. I'm praying for a Cybertruck sooner this year. Yeah, the Model Y, the new one. I love the back. I really do love the back design, but I don't know, the front has to grow on me. It works. The front, the Cyber lights look very well with the Cyber Cab and Cybertruck, but it didn't look good on this one. I don't know, but they can do it. And yeah, holding 1,000 shares. Sheesh, let's go. And a Cybertruck soon this year. You'll get it. You'll get it. Wait until Tesla doubles the gang, right? Sweden is a nice country, by all means, but it depends on what you're looking for in life. High ambition people tend to move away. Yeah, that's the same thing with Canada, unfortunately. UAE next. Yeah, UAE, dude. I've been there a couple times. It is artificial. It doesn't feel like home to me, but man, you could do so many things. You can do so much there. It's endless. It's endless. Well, my thing is that Elon said on current lines. Don't you think the legacy lines are different from Highline and Jupiter? No, absolutely not. I think it's on the current lines. I think because new lines is the next gen, which is the Cybercab, the unboxed. I don't think the affordable models will be like that. And if they are, then they're going to be on the line of the Cybercab. So that means they're going to look very close and similar to the Cybercab. That's food for thought. Model Y, Model X this year, can't wait. Oh, I'm jealous, dude. Been waiting for a refresh, feeling the glacier blue. That's a nice color. I'm not gonna lie. The new Model Y is Robotaxi feel. You know exactly what they're doing. All right, so let's get this space up and running because it looks like we're getting there. What is she saying? What is she saying? I will be making lunch in the background. All right, let's go. We're gonna start it, guys. Let's go. Who's ready? All right, put my headphones on so we can hear. All right. I just clicked start now so we can start the space. It takes a while sometimes for it to start like, there we go. Perfecto. We are in. 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 Hello, hello. How are y'all doing? Just setting up here quickly a little bit to get the audio in. Okay, looks like we can hear that. I just need to have. Where is it? Where is it? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? All right. All right. Come down. How you guys doing? Tech AU, Tech Australia, I think, right? And then Brandon. How are y'all doing? Just gonna wait for some people to come in. Fah is still putting her kid to sleep, so we're just getting started. Nice. Good stuff. Ah, there you are, Fah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me get you in. Invite co-host. There we go. Done. All right. I think we should be good to go. We should be good to go. Hello, Fah. Can you hear me? I think everyone can hear me. Cool. I know.
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. My favorite day.
Okay. Nice. So you're going to the audio. Can you just speak one more time? I just want to check my headphones. I did not hear you on the first time.
I hope everybody have an awesome week so far.
Perfect. I hear you loud and clear. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, guys, what a week! What a week! This was an awesome week. I mean, there's never a dull moment for Tesla. Like for me, is that when I make a video and when I try to relax, as soon as I sit down, there's a new news. It's crazy. There's some new news coming up. You just can't sit down for 5 minutes with Tesla because there's always some news. Now, speakers. Um, let's get some speakers up here. Just I don't know who wants to speak, but um, request please, so I can put you guys in as a speaker, so we can get some people talking here as well. Anyone can do
So,
it.
so I have a bunch of headline I want to go through with you, Pejjy, if you let me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of
So,
course.
so excited. So basically, the Model Y to be the Model Y to be the number one I want to talk about. And number two, it seems like there's some number of the makeup hack all over the world. Obviously, the number come up to, I think, where did my note? Okay, it's come up to like the 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 Tesla makeup hack in Letron. I said how to say the name of the town. They made 10,000 makeup hack this week. Holy moly! And no one say anything about this.
Wait,
No
what?
one no one put this. Yeah,
Where was this? Where was
they,
this? I missed this news because there's so many news on
this
Tesla.
week. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. This week in Latron, is that the name of the town? Is that correct? In California,
Yeah.
they have a milestone. They make 10,000 makeup hack, and it's all working right now.
Oh,
And
working. Okay.
yeah, like Wall Street not even have one liner on this in their balance sheet, so that's big. And Model Y obviously, and now everybody that buy Model Y last year is scratching their head. Why don't I wait a little bit? What do you think about how it look? It
So,
look awesome. Yeah,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, like I love the Cybercab. Like I love it. I love the front lights. I love the back lights. It works perfect. It's amazing. Cybertruck, the front lights is perfect. It works with it. But the Model Y, I don't know. The front lights really, I'm having a hard time accepting the front lights. Maybe because it's not one piece, because it's separated. Maybe, and I think it's just too thin. I think if it was a little bit more wider, I think it would have looked a bit better. But I really, the front is not. To me, the front, the hood looks way too big for it because of the lights, and the front bumper looks way too big for that. To me, I don't know. I have to see it in person for me to make a firm opinion. But I love the back. The back is actually pretty nice. The back, I'm digging the back with the one whole tail light. It's pretty much like the Model 3 redesign, but just one light instead. Like that's what it is. I like that. I do. And apparently there's a stock in it for turn signals. Now I'm not too sure if that's an Asian market thing, but that's also there, which kind of threw me off a little bit because I'm like, I mean, they would, they Tesla is aiming for stockless and to be very minimalistic as much as possible. And when I saw that one random stock there, and I'm like, hmm. Now, for me,
Why is this? Yeah, I think I don't know. Yeah, I need to see it in person too. I think that the headlight they just try to make it all
bruh.
it's bridging the it's a bridging between the cybercab, the cybertruck, the Model Y Jupiter right now, and maybe the next model. Maybe where they're going with this is make the whole Tesla look like robot. So real, like I have Model Y and I love my Y, but compare my Y to the new Y. My Y look less of the robot than the new one. The new one look like robot, look very robot. Hi, Brandon.
Yeah, what are your thoughts,
Hey,
Brendan?
I personally like when I first saw the league, I was like, I did not like it at all. Like, I really did not. I also have a Legacy 3. I have a 2023 Model 3 LFP. So like,
Mm.
I remember when the Highland came out, and I said the same thing. But then it took, maybe like a month, and then now I love the front and the back. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen with the Juniper, because when I first saw it, like I didn't like that the light bar was split. I didn't like that the headlights are like how the Cybertruck headlights are, and but I honestly feel like at the end of the day, like it's going to grow on all of us. And when it comes to the turn signals stock, I do believe that they're probably going to uh have that as an option. I think that they're going to add a lot more options to the Y because it is their best-selling car. Now I don't know how the affordable models will like play out with all of that, but I do think that Tesla's going to have an option to either have a Squircle or a regular wheel with a turn signal, or maybe even without. So, but that does add a little bit of complexity in the production process, but not too much, I would assume. But that's how I feel.
Yeah. Well, if it's an option for the Asian markets, they don't have that as an option, but maybe for the North American market. Um, but if it's a production, if it does add more complexity to the production, I mean, wouldn't have it? I mean, having it as an option, wouldn't that make things more complicated? I think it would. Um, I don't know. I think what Tesla's doing, they're like, okay, for the Asian markets, we'll put the stock, but for the North American markets, no, because in the Asian markets, like here in the Middle East and in Asia, we don't really have traffic lights. I mean, at least here in the Middle East, we don't have much traffic light. We just have roundabouts. And yeah, not many people use their signals on the roundabout. We just go based on what we think what the other person's doing. But I think because of that, in some Asian countries, they do obey by the rules and use the uh, flickers and signals. So I think maybe they put it for the Asian markets. We'll see what happens in Europe. I mean, same thing with Europe. Europe has so many roundabouts in Europe, like it's crazy, and they have traffic lights, so they have worst of both worlds.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
I think over there they need the stock. It's just the traffic system is not like North America. I agree. I think in America or moving forward or the new platform, there would not be stock. There will be less and less. I agree. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
How you guys thinking about this pullback? You think it's gonna last long?
Well, I mean,
the stock pullback?
I'll let Brendan talk, and then I will go.
Okay, so I've been taking advantage of this like every single day that it's gone down. Like I've put in $300. Um, so I've been doing that, and I still have a lot of cash left. So I don't mind if it takes long, but in actuality, I do believe that like after January, like maybe after February, like when we really get through this quarter, because I think this quarter is going to be like kind of slow for vehicle sales, and you know that that's what Wall Street looks at, like so at the end of the day, I think sometime at the end of January, maybe at the end of February, that's when we'll see it like start to pick back up and get those 6%, 10% like gains like within a day. So but that's just what I think.
Yeah, what I think is not too far away from Brendan's, is that Q4, which was going to come out earnings, I think it's going to be really nice. It's going to be a beat. I think it's going to be a beat thanks to energy. But then Q1, um, deliveries, I think they're going to be in the low 400,000s, maybe even in the high 300,000s. Why? And I'll tell you why. I'm not trying to be bearish or anything. I'm just looking at what the production and deliveries could be because of the Model Y. The Model Y, 60% of it is, Tesla's vehicle delivery sales is the Model Y. And so production has stopped for the old one, but started with the new one. We don't know how much they're making. Actually, no, I think we do know how much they're making. I think they're making 600 units per day or something. Much, much less compared to what they were doing before. I think they were making around 1,500 to 2,000 Model Ys daily with the old one. I think even more than that. But now they're doing about 600, 700 a day. Last time, rumors, these are rumors. We don't know if this is actual facts, but rumors, that's what they're saying. So when you have a production that's less than 50% down, and they're ramping, of course, and you have deliveries starting in March in Shanghai alone, and then in May for other markets, deliveries are going to be very low. Um, Expect Q1 for Model 3 to do the heavy lifting. That's what I'm expecting. And so we're gonna see low delivery numbers for Q1. But Q1 is also the worst quarters for all automakers. So Tesla knows this, and that's why they are um, purposely doing this for Q1. If this was in Q4, man, and they were doing this, it would have been so bad. But Q1 is actually the best time if you want to do stuff like this. Q1 is the best time to do it, and that's what Tesla's doing exactly. So I do expect for EPS to be um, higher than Q1s of 2024s, but not as much. I think it's going to be a little bit better, but for someone, I mean, all the bears are going to come out, in my opinion. Oh, the numbers are bad. Look how much Tesla delivered. Oh, nobody wants the Model Y. All these FUD. It's going to come. It's going to come for sure. But if the stock goes down, I mean, I'm gonna do it. So I do expect we're gonna see a pump up, and then maybe a little bit of a pump down. But this is excluding some other news, because we do know that Tesla. It's based on the news that comes up. We all know that the autos and all that kind of stuff is just a short term thing now, and Wall Street is slowly picking up on that. Not fully, but they're slowly picking up on that. Once we hear that China approves FSD, oh man, I don't think anyone will care about Q1 deliveries as much. They will still care, but not as much, because that's going to bring more revenues and profits, higher profits to the bottom and top line, which makes a big difference. So my advice here is just dollar cost average. you know, as much as I want to time this thing, it's tough. So that's what I think. I think um, anything below 400 is a buy, is steal for me. I'm going to continue to dollar cost average anything under 400, and I will be more aggressive the lower it gets. Simple as that.
Yeah, money is not enough. I don't have enough money. I just keep buying it. 380, 390, 400, 405 and buy. Oh, it's not. Don't have enough money to
Yeah,
buy.
well,
It's
look,
not enough.
fine.
It's never enough.
Yeah, I feel like 5, 10 years from now, I mean, we're gonna look back at these prices and go like, oh man, that was it. Like that's so cheap for Tesla. You know, um, I believe that heavily. So it doesn't matter if you buy 350, 450, 400, um, 300. When the stock's gonna be over 1,000, over 2,000, 3,000. I have a prediction for 2030 to be around like over 3,000, um, which is like 10 trillion, which is insane.
When is that?
2030, but that's if they have robotaxis in mass scale and they're actually doing it. If not,
Yo,
yeah,
Elon gonna mass scale robot 2025. You see that video? Oh, that's keep me up. When he did that interview talking about the bot, they say, yeah, we do 1,000 this year, next year we do 50,000, and a year later we do 500,000. You get that?
yeah, I heard that,
I was like,
which was insane.
whoa.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
no, he's like 1,000 this year, next year 50,000 to 100,000, and then 10x that again. And I'm just like, look, I can't comprehend the bot. But again, remember, this is Elon's timeline, right? So we have to take it with a pinch of salt. He's been saying this for FST for the past 10 years. Now it's happening, right? And of course, as Elon said it himself, that his timing may not be right, but he's going to be right, 100%. Because he's a man that you don't want to bet against. He puts all his chips. Here's the thing that I don't understand: people still bet against this guy. It's just it's just not a good idea. This man is literally built to work. He's not Tim Cook. He's not the CEO of Google. This dude is like, imagine Steve Jobs was still alive. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't care about all that. The only reason why Elon cares about money is because he wants to have enough funding to go to Mars. That's it. Yeah, it's just this dollar stuff is just a number to him. It doesn't. He has no mansions. He has no fancy cars. He lives in a little boxable home and SpaceX. I mean,
And
I
he just drink Diet Coke. He not even drink Mai Tai. He's not even drink cocktail. He not drink Diet Coke.
yeah, exactly. So this dude is business. This dude means business. And to me, as an investor, man, that's who I want. That's why I want to run a company like that. So that's why I can sleep at night so nicely, and being all in Tesla stock. Because guy with having your name as someone like Elon Musk, having a name as Elon Musk, man, no one should be betting against this guy. They should be betting with him, and they'll do very well in the long term. So, yeah, going back to the bot thing, I know I steered off a little bit. Yeah, he maybe, I don't know about the timeline, but eventually it'll happen. What he's saying, and maybe he has, well, yeah, maybe he has more, um, not insight, but more confidence with the bot than Robotaxi, because the Robotaxi has a lot of elements to it when it comes to it being solved and stuff like that, because you have traffic lights and so many other complex things, and you have other countries and other languages. While for the bot, well, it's not doing all that. I mean, what's it going to do? Like drop a cup of coffee and, you know, it's no, the guy's going to kick the bot or something. No, if a bot does a mistake, it doesn't really matter because they can just learn from it. But if a robot taxi does a mistake and hits a car or hits that, well, then that's a big issue. So it's the robot taxi is a much more um, harder problem to solve than it is with the bot. And the bot is a whole lot easier to produce than the robotaxis because it's less weight, less parts, and um, just a whole lot of less stuff to make. So, yeah.
And we have the brain too, right? Pejjy. Elon bought Twitter. He bought the human consciousness on cloud, right? And he turned it to X. Even better, it's a better product. Better, more user, have for community node. It's a truthful space, right? And now Grok gonna be in a car, and Grok gonna be in a Tesla bot. mind blowing shit.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. Brendan, what do you think about all this? And for anyone who wants to come out and speak, just request.
Um, so for me, like I really don't know. I feel like the bots, okay. I know that we need to take Elon with a grain of salt, and I understand that, but for me it's just everything that he says, especially like about how small it is and like how cheap it is to manufacture. It's not a car, it doesn't have all the parts, and you don't need as many batteries. I think that it's just going to like expeditiously grow, and if we start seeing like a few hundred bots that are like walking around the Tesla factory, I I don't know. At that point, like I think you just need to sell your house, and buy Tesla stock. That was just a joke, but like I think it's gonna happen so much quicker than we all think. But at the end of the day, just like how you guys both said that like this this is going to be the game changer. This is what's going to make everything, like this is the end goal that we know
Changing the
about right
course
now.
of history. That's
Yeah,
just that's the word. Yeah, right
yeah,
on, dude. Right on.
Yeah,
but
My
yeah.
husband asked me like, "Hey, you listen to this boss stuff so much, and it could not be just Tesla who making it. Who else making it? Should we diversify?" And I'm like, "Diversify my ass." Sorry. No.
you should have told you should have told them that I am diversified. Tesla is already a diversified ETF.
Yeah, I sent him the Elon talking in All In podcast 2022. Elon as a guest in All In podcast, and Elon just sit there and just like, invest in umbrella and invest in Tesla. Yeah, you have battery, you have Powerwall, you have car, you have the biggest real world AI in the world. We have insurance. Like Elon just keep going and going and going and keep going until J Cow is like, yeah, we have to invest in Tesla. No, I think right now is no one can stop Elon. You know, Jensen, the Nvidia CEO is back Elon. The OpenAI is in deep shit right now. That's what I think. And yeah, what do you guys think? What else? Who else have a robot that can be second place? Give me some thought.
I just had a question, if you don't mind. Like you were just talking about energy, and I just wanted to know the supercharging. So, like when people go to a supercharger, that's a part of the energy business. Is that correct?
No, no, no. That's part of the service business. Services.
Service.
Yeah,
Oh, oh,
that
okay.
goes under services because energy is deployment of megapacks, Powerwall, solar panels, um, and anything that's energy generation. Um, the superchargers is services. It has to be services. There's no other. There's no unless anyone who knows it 100%.
That's a money too, huh? Let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Pejjy. Brian, Brian, that's a good question. So let's see if in Europe they are Tesla is ramping up, right? And the mom and pop shop that own gas station, petrol station, whatever they call over there, right? They want to be like, okay, I'm gonna empty half of my lot and put Tesla charging over here, and I want to be the owner of it. Tesla, I have 20 million. Can you come do this? Is that a piece of business too?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'll tell you this. So 15 years ago, my family and I owned a gas station. And I'll tell you how it worked. When we owned this gas station, we made $0 and 0 cents on the gas. So don't think gas stations, they make money. They don't make money on the gas. They don't. The gas, well, what they do make money on is in the convenience. So that's how gas stations work. I reckon that Tesla will be the same thing because Tesla's like, listen, I'm already on low margin. If anything, I can put it in a location that you request, and I can bring you customers to whatever business you have or whatever real estate you have, so you can increase sales or whatever. Because it doesn't make sense for Tesla to share revenue because the margins are so low. That's what I think. But the gas station thing and gas station, I mean, there's a lot of profit in that, but they don't share it with you. Like maybe other gas stations that I know of, they make like 5 cents, 10 cents per liter every time that they sell gas, but it's nothing. It's peanuts. The 99%, 95% of your bread and butter is a convenience, which is why when you go into the store, there's a lot of items there because they want to sell you stuff. So I would reckon that Tesla supercharging will be the same if you request it to be in your area, and it's actually in your benefit to have the supercharging in your
Sorry,
area.
Pejjy.
Yeah.
I think my internet went back, so I'm gonna leave it come back again. I'm sorry.
Oh no, no worries, no worries. um. So yeah, that's for the supercharger. What were we talking about before that? What was it? What was it? Oh yeah, diversification.
About the
Diversification.
bots.
No, diversification. That's the thing that we're talking about. Let me get Fab back up here. Maybe it'll work now. Let's see. Invite. Oh, wait. There we go. I invited you as a co-host. Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. When you compare the Max 7 to Tesla, it's just it doesn't compete. It doesn't compete. Like, okay, let's talk about Apple. All right. Apple, what do they have other than selling phones? They have services. They have other tech. They have iClouds and all these other things. Limited. They're limited, but they're doing very well. Okay. So in terms of diversification, Apple is not diversified. Let's talk about Amazon. I think Amazon is the most diversified compared to all the Max 7s except Tesla, because they have the warehouses and they're trying to be vertically integrated as much as possible as they can. And I do think Amazon is going to do very well in the future. I think it'll be the top 3 most valuable company in the world. They for sure have the highest revenue right now by any company, by any kind, which is crazy. 600 billion in revenue, which is crazy. But they have the warehouses, they have the AWS, they have the stores coming up. They have their own delivery. So they're pretty. When you look at it, they have good TAM, they have good diversification. Nvidia, they don't really have. They're not really that diversified. Like, yes, they're doing autonomous, which they're very well behind, and they know it. They have the chips, which is the main thing. They have the data centers, but they're not. They're not as diversified as we'd like them to be. Same thing with Google. They have search, Waymo. Well, Waymo is whatever. They have I don't even know what else Google does. I haven't looked in that company in a long time. Microsoft, their service is very good. They have the Office 365. They have the software. Every computer needs to have a software. So in terms of monopoly, in a way, with Apple, Microsoft is number 2, number 1, or number 2. But again, they're not diversified. They don't have other businesses or sectors to grow. What else is there in the Max 7 that I'm missing? Meta is another one. Well, we know Meta. I mean, it's just Facebook, WhatsApp, and copies whatever Elon does, and what everybody else does. And then when you look at Tesla, it's like you got the autos, you got the EVs, you got the AI, you got the robots, you got the insurance, you have the superchargers, which is the monopoly part of Tesla. Like, here's the thing: Tesla is the gas stations of EVs. There's just no question about it. What else is there with Tesla? Yeah, and it's sectors, right? So when Tesla solves this FSD, full self-driving, you got the robotaxis, licensing, and the FSD coming up. Just cars. Like, that's 3 sectors, massive sectors that can bring billions upon billions in it. And that's the reason why I went all in, because that's what I realized when I was doing the model. Then you got the bot coming in, then you got the energy and all the other stuff coming in, which is just absolutely bonkers. So when you look at all the Max 7 and compare to Tesla is diversified, and they have a big TAM, and they're creating industries. That's the part that I want to stress a lot. They are creating industries, the robotic industry and the robotaxi industry. They're creating it. They're going to be they'll have the most market share of it. So the yeah, the other Mac 7 companies, they're good companies, but I mean, like for example, Apple. I'm scared of Apple. They're not innovating, and whatever they're doing, they're not being successful. The new things they're bringing, they're not successful. Like on the Vision, Apple Vision, terrible. They just failed on that. I don't know what happened to it.
That's a flop.
Big
And the
flop.
and the Apple car too.
Yeah.
That's a waste of 10 billion.
No, it's crazy to me because Apple never flops on these things, right? And the fact that they flopped on something is kind of concerning to me. Concerning to me because Apple, any product they bring out, everyone's fighting for it to get it. They would camp outside their store to get their products. We don't really see that happening that much anymore. Or maybe we do with the new iPhone, but it's not as hyped anymore. With new products, absolutely not. So it's I'm kind of concerned with Apple. I hope they can find a way to be innovative and see if they can pull up their investment and stuff.
That Apple is a stock for older people. Apple is a stock for Gen X. I'm millennial. I'm the grandma of the millennial. I'm almost Gen X, but I'm a millennial. We are looking at Apple and then we laugh. We're like, you guys make hearing aid. Come on, you guys make hearing aid. You guys make hearing aid. Come on, guys. Yeah. So I'm not talking bad about Tim Cook, of course, but Tim Cook is not Elon. So yeah, there's
Absolutely.
no comparison there. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Cook is an excellent executor. Like I'll give him that. He knows how to execute perfectly. But when it comes to being innovative, oh man, he's just not it. He's not the right guy. And in today's world, with AI going, progressing the way it is, you need to innovate. You really do. So that's my only fear with Apple. But their sales are great, their margins are great. But if you don't innovate, someone else will come and disrupt you. And that's why with Tesla, I'm so like calm about it. I can sleep at night because they're continuously innovating. Like the new Model Y refresh. Like here's the thing. Here's what's crazy. A friend of mine today is like, why is this Model Y refresh coming out so hyped? It's just a redesigned Model Y, and I'm just like, look, if you're thinking about it as a car, like Toyota 2023 Camry and Toyota 2024 Camry, that's what it means. Oh, it's just a redesigned car like how Toyota is. No, it's not with Tesla. I told him that with Tesla, it's the tech. With Tesla, it's the innovation. It's different. You don't, it's not like an iPhone. Yes, iPhone, back in the day, iPhone 6 to 7 was a big deal, but now iPhone 14 to 15 is like a camera added on, like it's nothing. But with a Tesla, I mean, just sitting in a Model 3, old Model 3 to a new Model 3, it's a night and day difference. Like, I'm in love with the new Model 3. Like, I sit in it, I rented it out for a whole month. I'm in love with it. Now, the old Model Y, I hated the old Model Y. Like, I've rented out all the cars, all the Teslas, except the Cybertruck. And my least favorite model is the Model Y because suspension was too stiff. I hated the suspension. And I think that was the main thing for me, and that was the reason why I didn't like it. But now in this new version, the model, the suspension is much better. It's quieter. It's just more techy. It's just a level higher. It's not like you're not going from a Toyota 2023 to a 2024. You're going like from a 2000 Toyota to like a 2030 Toyota. Like it's a big deal. Like if you look at the difference, it's a big dedeal. And yeah, I'm using Toyota as an example so we can get an idea of it. Like it's a completely new car. It's a completely new tech. It's just and that's why it's a big deal. That's why it's a big deal. One of the biggest deals is the hardware 3 to hardware 4. That's one of the biggest deals because now you can do the self-driving thing, meaning that you're one step closer to robotaxis, which is why it's a big deal. I'm just stressing this. So, yeah. Whew. So
I'm love talking to Pejjy because Pejjy is pumped.
Yeah.
Pejjy is pumped. Talking to Pejjy is not a dapper downer. It's pumped, excited. So for my experience, if you in your if you guys anyone looking to buy Tesla, I would say don't buy it, lease it, because your car right now is not gonna be the car like you used to have. I'm in my 40. I have a bunch of car. I have my first car since I'm 18, and I drive most of them until I hit something that is cannot fix. But with Tesla, it's like you want to upgrade. You want to upgrade it. Like if I can turn back time to 2022 when I bought my car, I should just lease it. Because now 2024, and I'm like, oh shit, I wish I just can get out of this buying contract and just go get a new Cybertruck. You know what I mean? Like the Apple have Apple, they have the upgrade. You can buy Apple Care or something, and then you can go like, hey, I don't want my 14 anymore. I want my 16, and then they do calculate for you, and then you walk out with your new phone. Say goodbye to your old phone, like who give a shit, right? That is the future of the ownership. And let me go kukulala for a minute. This is me like, okay, sit down thinking about it. Subscription model. No matter what, you live in the city or you live 100 miles out of the city, you can subscription to your light and the car come to you. Like, okay, I gonna go to Tahoe for the weekend. I want a Cybertruck or the Robo Van. Okay, I pay 1,000 a month. I can have Cybertruck for 15 days, for Robo Van for 5 days, and the rest can be Cybercab. Or this month I'm going nowhere. I pay 400. I have Cybercab come anytime I like it, and I don't have to wash it. I don't have to find parking for it. What do you guys think? Go on, Brian.
Hey, so I I think that it's just absurd, and I just really wanted to like touch upon the fact that I truly believe that Elon and Tesla are really just going to disrupt the entire like ownership model of a car. Just like how, as you said, that you should just probably lease. It may not be the best financial decision if like you if you like plan to keep your car for like 15 years, like then I would definitely say for sure, like, to each his own. But I think literally in the cities, like, yeah, people don't already have cars, but there's going to be like way less car ownership, even the people that live like outside of the city, because they will just pick up their phone and say, I'm just going to call a Model S today. If like, I think that that is just like mind-boggling, and it's just absurd because for the past 100 years people have been buying cars to own like as an asset, and we're really just going to this subscription-based model, and it's really hard to
It's
comprehend.
gonna save time. This is gonna save time. I don't have to wash my car anymore. Every time I get in, it's gonna be clean because the robot does it. And it's gonna save money. I don't have to pay for a register in every year. I pay 800 on mine. Very expensive, you know. It
Hmm.
just save. It just save like, oh, this week I just want Model Y. This week I want Model S. Oh, my family coming. I want Robo Van. Just give me what I want. How much you want a month? 600. Gladly, I'm up for it. And you can schedule it to come to you because it drives itself. Mind blowing, isn't it?
Hmm. Literally.
I'm just so
Who
pumped.
who want to have, okay, let if you own a Model Y, my Model Y full charge is go almost 300 miles full charge. Who want to, and then 2 years later the new one come go 400 miles, and I'm like, oh shit, my Y only can go 270, you know. And now it's like, no one want to own their car for 5 years anymore. 2 years max.
Now I'm just excited that we're gonna get Robotaxi launched this year. Very excited for it. Yes, it's gonna be supervised for sure. Like there's going to be um, oh, somebody was requesting, but don't know who that was. But anyways, um, yeah, 100%. I think the Robotaxi that's going to be launched this year, it'll be um, supervised. Like someone will be kind of like an Uber thing, because that's the only way. That's the only way I can see it for it to start, because it's not perfect yet, it's not 100%. But that's the start, and I'm very excited to see how they're going to do it. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll say, you know what, for these areas, we can keep it fully driverless. So very excited to see how that's going to play out. Very, very
In
excited to see.
you guys remember this is an earning call or something that Tesla they show us a little bit of the app of Tesla Robotaxi app in the end of the call.
Yes, 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 yes.
You can remember that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was that. No, that
Yeah.
was that wasn't the earnings call. That was it was an event that they did last year. What was it? It was one of the events that they did. One of the big events that they did. That this is coming soon, and showed the app and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. It's exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait for the Robotaxis. It's gonna be a
This
huge
is
moment.
why everybody dumped the Uber stock. Even the OCO Travis is what his name is. Even Travis himself dumping the Uber stock. Mm.
Look, the only way for Uber and Lyft to survive, and I've said this for the past couple of years, because I just don't see a way for them to survive when you have a bunch of robots, autonomous cars doing what Uber does at like one fifth of the cost. The only way that I can see these guys surviving is becoming an unofficial subsidies or subsidiary of Tesla, meaning that they replace their whole fleet with a Tesla. That's it. That means those guys who have Uber jobs will no longer have Uber jobs. I know it sucks, but that's the only way Uber can survive. And it just doesn't make any sense for me to um, see Uber and Lyft ever existing if they don't become an unofficial subsidiary of Tesla. That's the only way. Will Tesla buy them out? I know that was one prediction that I had, but then um, why would they buy them out when they're going to have their own network and stuff like that? Yes, maybe when Uber goes down to like 5 billion, 4 billion market cap, where it's just like, you know what, might as well just pick up this name because everyone knows about it and we can just make it a whole separate thing. And Tesla can run it under the Uber name. I know it sounds being a little savage right now, but I mean, what other way can you do it? I mean, you're replacing the human. That's the whole point of Uber and Lyft. So if they don't order a whole bunch of Teslas right now, okay, maybe not right now, but if they, once the Robotaxi is good to go, if they don't order it then and have it replaced every vehicle for every other city, well then I think they have to move to a whole different country where Robotaxis don't exist. That's the only way that I can see them surviving, but then it won't be valued what it
Yeah,
is
that's
today.
that's I think that is what it's gonna be. Their core business need to move to different country. That Tesla Robotaxi is not there yet.
Yeah, but the problem is other
They will have
countries.
to, yeah.
No, the other countries already have the little Uber. Like here in Kuwait and UAE, well, UAE there is Uber, but here in Kuwait and other countries that they're not available in, they have their own Uber-like services. Like here in Kuwait, we have something called Kareem, exact same thing as Uber, but just replace the name with Kareem. That's it. So it's the same thing, and so many other countries have the same thing as well. So I don't know. It doesn't look good for these companies, or at least for the ones that are in developed countries.
So I just wanted to say that I completely agree with you guys. When I went to Thailand, they had another Uber thing out there. I think it's called I forgot what it was called. But
Grab,
anyway, yes,
grab.
Grab. Yes,
Mm.
Grab. And like it's Uber Eats, it's Uber all in one, and it's like made for a tourist. I mean, well, not necessarily. Like even locals use it, and it's used mostly by the locals. But it's just
When I go to
literally,
Thailand, that app take all my money.
yep,
You just sit in your house, turn on the AC, and bubble tea come to you, fried chicken come to you,
from
pizza
McDonald's,
come to
by the
you,
way.
everywhere come to everything come to you. You just sit in your house. Yeah.
Mhm. but yeah, so I completely agree. What like makes me a little bit worried about the whole Uber situation, and I know you guys may not feel this way, is that what is stopping like I feel, because I personally want to own 20 of my own like robo taxis, and then buy a bot and like never have to look at them, you know? And like what scares me is that what is stopping Uber and Lyft from purchasing like 200,000 of them and putting them all across the countries, and like get rid of the people who are trying to do what I plan to do, you know? So like that's just one thing that I like worry about.
So heard the car rental company. They bought their Model Y and Model 3 on a peak price too, so I don't feel totally dumb. They will let the car go drive for sure. If Elon turn on and say, "Hey, unsupervised is happening," they're definitely doing that. So what are you scared is probably become true, but the market, the need is there. Everybody will stop using the bus, you know. It's just like everybody stop using the yellow taxi, everybody will stop using the bus. So yeah, there will be market for everyone, I think. What do you think, Reggie?
Well, that's a very good point you brought. Is it Brendan or Brian? Because I Fa called you Brian. I called you Brendan.
Brandon.
Oh, so it's Brandon. Okay, just
Yeah, yeah,
making
yeah.
sure the name's right.
It's all good.
Yeah. I mean, what you point out is actually pretty a good point. I didn't actually think about that. Like they're gonna order a whole bunch of stuff, but then how much money or how much cash would they have to do that? Um, okay, we can make the argument that they can do leasing or they can do financing. Sure, but ho- everything has a limit, right? For Uber, they have about what 1.5 million drivers in the U.S. If I'm not mistaken. I think that's the number, 1.5 million around there. So if Uber wants to replace all their cars with um, robotaxis or Teslas that does autonomous things, um, then they would need 1.5 to 2.5 million uh, cars to do that. That's what they would need. They can't take all the market, that's for sure. And I do believe now when you think about now when I actually sit down and think about it, this is going to be a free market. I don't think Tesla's going to make a limit for anybody. Whoever wants to come and buy it, it can be Uber, it can be the uh, the countries or the states transport system or transport commission, whatever. There's no limit. Buy as much as you want because we want to have millions of these on the roads. So I think what will happen is eventually, if Uber and Lyft are smart, they will buy as many Teslas as they possibly could so they can at least survive. Um, and at the same time, I'm just brainstorming here. They can't take all the market because that's not practical. Yeah, it'll be 24/7, but then they can't really, they can't take all the market because you're going to have other people who have robo taxis. Like yourself, you'll have 20 of them, let's just say, robot on wheels doing robo taxis. So what I think will happen is that this thing will be scaled so fast that people owning cars are going to collapse. I think this is the only way because if I'm a if Tesla wants to have so many robo taxis on the road and have them as a robot as a service, or sorry, service software as a service, and the cost of it is 1/10 of owning a car, because at that point, shout out to Joe here because he brought this up when we had this podcast. He said that if Cybercab, or when Cybercab is on the road and the cost is 1/10, and you don't have to worry about the insurance, the leasing, the financing, whatever you're doing to it, the maintenance, someone scratching your car, or paying for the electricity or the gas. In that moment, if you're still owning a car, you're hurting your own family's P&L, profit and loss, because it just doesn't make any sense to spend so much on a car when you can get around Similarly, with this Robotaxi, with 1/10 of the cost and 1/100th less of the worry, right? So I see 100%. I see a year will come. I don't know what year this will be. This may be 2033, 2032. The car, at least in countries where FSD is allowed and robotaxis are allowed, car ownership are going to collapse. Meaning that no one's going to be, unless they license Tesla's FSD, right? Or some sort of other full self driving software. And I know it sounds crazy, but I think this is where we're going. Maybe it could be, I don't even know. I don't even know who second place is, honestly, with full self driving. That's how crazy it is. But if you're a Ford or a Honda or a Toyota and you don't have full self driving, first off, no one's gonna buy your car. Second off, no one will buy your car because there's robotaxis on the road, and you don't have that service to be part of that robotaxi network. So you are pretty much out, which is scary to think about it. And we will see.
Horse and the buggy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like I sometimes sit on this chair and I think about, I go into deep thoughts about this Tesla stuff. Like, what could it look like 10 years from now with all this stuff? And this is the conclusion that I come up with, that car ownership is going to be a thing of the past. It's going to be something that most people don't want, not because they don't need it or because they don't want it, is because, it's more economically better for them not to have it and use a robotaxi. Because having a car is very
When
expensive if you don't buy it in
people
cash.
live in the mountain, or in the desert, or in like 200 miles away from the city, they still gonna want car. It's like, if something happen, I want to be able to jump in a car and go. There's still gonna be people thinking like that.
Yeah, that would.
However, if the car not driving itself, it's just gonna become a horse. And one thing I want to throw at you, Pejjy. So let's say my husband been yelling at me like, dude, we pay 80,000 for this car, and now it's 40,000 brand new with a battery and technology. Why are you Tesla fan? Why are you doing this to us? Wait until the car can go making money, and the car make 80,000 back in a year, and another year make another 80,000, another year make another 80,000, or 50, or whatever. The second hand market for Tesla that have full self driving gonna spike, because people like Brandon, who's like, fuck school, I'm not gonna go pay 100K to the school, but I'm gonna buy 5 of the Tesla cab. Let's fucking go. I can just sit here on X talking to cool people, and the car go driving, making money for me. So fuck school, fuck college. None of that is making any sense. I want 5 Tesla bot. Let's go
What the heck?
let's go do freaking roof. I gonna download one software. It's called Roofer. And let's my 5 Tesla bot doing Roofer. I'm just gonna go sit there and sipping my boba tea. You see this? I'm seeing this all day. I'm like, oh, what should I download in my Tesla bot?
You went off. You went off.
You are not wrong.
Yeah.
You are not wrong at all. So I just have a question. So I mean, all of that is great. So now my question is, what if I want to just get up and go and travel across the country, and I don't own a car? What is the solution to it? Because I mean, you could say like one side of the argument is that you can still own a Tesla for those moments, but like what if like I made the switch and I only travel by Robotaxi? Like,
Ah,
like 95% of the time. But now I need to get up and go across the country. How do you guys see this working? Do you
okay.
see it more of like you would just like rent, like you would call a robo taxi, it would take you to like like the robo taxi will then go down to 15% and then say, hey, we're gonna call a new one? Or is it going to try and charge itself? Like, I want to know, like, what's the logical thought process
So
behind that?
Okay,
Elon
sure.
used to say, sorry, Pejjy, I have a thought,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, go, go, go.
Elon used to say the robo taxi business is a business like half Uber, half Airbnb.
Facts.
So you can rent You can rent a car like you rent Airbnb. Does that help?
Yeah, so
Yeah. So
you could block off, like, so you can. I think there'll be different options. One is like, okay, like an Uber thing, you can click on the thing, go wherever you need to go. But if you need to host an event or go to, I don't know, to a nice road trip, you can block it off and stuff like that. Now, the only question comes here is that as an owner of the Robotaxi, do I want my, and I'm based in California, do I want my Robotaxi to be all the way in New York? like like is do I want that? But I think this will be part of it, because it's like you're not getting a Robotaxi for yourself, you're getting a Robotaxi to make money. So you'll actually be pretty happy to see that your car is all the way in New York doing whatever it needs to do, and then has to come all the way back to you. That means the thing is blocked off for a month or two. That means you made some good money. So I think that's how it'll work. And Fah was spot on about the Airbnb and have Uber, have Airbnb.
So I have a follow-up question. What's gonna happen to like the charging infrastructure? Is Tesla gonna just have to put wireless chargers like at every supercharger? Like I just want to know like what does that really look like? Because for me, like for my like business model, um because I just bought a house last year and like I have a lot of power. There's so much room on my I forgot how to say it in English. Breaker? Yeah, yeah, like my
Mm.
breaker. So there's so much room. So I wouldn't mind putting 6 or 7 of them out and then just using my driveway and my garage as like a charging hub, of Atlanta, like let's say. So I just want to know like what do you guys think the charging infrastructure is gonna look like?
Yeah, I think, well, the cyber cab is mainly for wireless charging, right? So they have to implement that. If they're going to be mass producing it in next year, because Elon said 2027, no later than that, then they have to implement the wireless charging everywhere, unless. But then that doesn't make any sense to have it manually in, because that thing's 24/7. So that's the only option that I see. They have to go haywire on making this wireless charging everywhere. That's something that we have to wait and see to see how it's going to be. And
So
yeah,
I saw some clip. I don't know if this is real or fake, but I saw it some time ago, like a year ago. In China, they have the road. That's one lane is for electric car only, and that lane is charging. So when your car driving is charging all the time. It's just like when you leave your iPhone in a stand-up charging thing. The difference is moving, obviously. So I think Elon being first buddy with Trump is my making that thing come to America and happen faster, because we not go back to gas. The car is electric car, and electric car that can drive itself will be number one. We're not going back to gas. Like for real, you know any 16 years old that want to drive gas car? No. If they drive Cybertruck, they like, what is a gas car? I don't like the smell. So I think that's where we're going. I don't think it's only us. I think probably Europe gonna do it too. If anyone in a space right now know about that, please let me know. Let's talk about it. Um, I think the big thing this year that no one really talking about is the semi charging station. I think
mm,
Tesla will ramping that this year, because to charge semi truck is need a lot of energy, and they will do that, and it will be for the next product too, like the robo van, you know. um yeah, that's what we're gonna see this year for sure.
yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. Well, very curious to see what they're gonna do with the wireless charging and all that kind of stuff. And the infrastructure build is gonna be interesting. We have John Judge here as a speaker. Been here for a while, my man. What do you got for us? Hello, John.
Why we waiting for John?
Yes.
If you guys can get a new Tesla, what you want, what you like, which one you gonna buy,
That's not even a question. A
or
Model
which
Y
one you gonna lease?
performance. Model Y performance.
But
Juniper. I mean,
yeah, you know, the Model Y Juniper or Opel, whatever the code name is. In Hong Kong and China, they don't have the performance version of it. It's just the real wheel drive and the long range. So maybe they're not. Maybe they haven't. No, no. The performance always comes late. That's right. The Model 3 was the same thing. It was yes, yes, yes. There will be a performance later on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. It usually is. It's usually about 3 to 5, 6 months later to get the performance. Right. But for me, I'll be honest. Um, I prefer the well, I really love the Model 3. I really love it. It's a baby Model S, and oh, I love that car. I really do. Um,
Model S.
no, Model 3, Model 3. Love it. Such an amazing car.
This is the difference between me and Pejjy. I don't like Model 3. The bar in the back. Um, but I like to do car camping sometimes. That's a weird shit about me. I like to sleep in a car. I mean, I am a people who have a house to sleep in, but I like to sleep in a car sometimes. And the Model 3 is just hard to sleep in a car. Like if
Well,
you take a road trip to LA and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna make a nice bed right here and I'm gonna nap on the big surf. It's very hard to get in and get out. And I'm like 5 foot tall. I'm the same height with the Kim Kardashian. But it's hard to get in and out. The Model Y, um, it's nicer to get in and out when you go car camping and when you take a trip. But if I can do it all, I want a Cybertruck, dude.
yeah,
John,
yeah. Oh, John, we saw you. We saw you speak for a bit. So you got your mic up?
Yeah, how's that?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing?
Good. This is the first time I've ever talked on a channel like this.
Welcome,
So
welcome.
yeah, thank you. I really like my Model Ys. I've got two of them, and I think it was Fasha. Did you just talk about charging in the road?
yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the street that has become the charging the street that you can charge a car also. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, in my opinion, I don't think that's very efficient, and I don't know if I think that's more of a fake story. They might be able to do it in a lab, but it's very inefficient. So I don't know why I don't know why we can't just charge at home. I don't know why someone would get excited about charging on the road. I don't think that's the future. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm definitely not an engineer, so I have no idea. But I saw the video. It's a street in China, and I'm like, oh, this is cool for the Robotaxi, right? Because if I'm in my car, can go work for me. I don't want to see it. I want it's just cool. Keep working, pull off, get to clean up, and just go keep working. If it's a lane for it, there's only electric car go on it, and it's full self driving. It's probably less likely to get in a accident. So that's
Yeah,
I just think basic. You probably know more than me.
I know a little bit. But I just think that would be good for like a factory floor or something. That'd be really good for running equipment in the factory floor, like even the Tesla bot. So I don't know, but it's exciting to think that we can think about those things. But I had a question for everybody: is what model do you like the new Model Y? And then I'll leave. And thanks for listening to me.
So what I'm excited about for the new Model Y. Thank you, John. What I'm excited about the new Model Y, but I see the ad quick. I don't see it in real life yet. I live in America and they have it in China. The back seat, they say it is the spaceship. What is they call, Pejjy? I missed the word. It's spaceship technology in the back of the car.
Oh,
I
Starship,
think the
Starship.
seat, yeah, a starship. Yeah. So I'm like, I want that. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see it in real life in North America. It's probably like later this year.
Yeah,
Brendan, yeah.
s- yeah, so for me, I do like the Model Y. Like once I first saw the pictures and it was the one that was covered in snow. I didn't really like it. I thought it looked weird. I was like, why does it look so boxy or all these things? But literally over the past 2, 3 days, it's kind of grown on me. I think it looks cool. And even though they didn't like do lot of huge upgrades to it, I think it's enough for the demand to continue. And I think that like most people want the extra room. Most people want to be a little bit up above the ground, and like most people just love their Model Y. So I know for a fact like I will be purchasing one like eventually, but yeah, but that's just how I feel about it.
Now, for me, it's like, as mentioned earlier in the spaces, the front lights, man. The front lights are, I don't know. I wish it was one piece instead of like having them little lines, like Fa you put it there at the top. What Sawyer was saying, yeah. I'm just not a that kind of threw me up. I don't know. I have to see it in person. I really have to see it in person to make a firm, opinion on it. But because you know what this car reminds me of? It reminds me of the Xpeng. Looks exactly the same. Oh,
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of people say that the new Jupiter looks so Asian.
yeah,
It look like it's have Asian eyes.
yeah. That's the thing. Like if they kept it the same, because look, if you look at the Model Y front lights, and if you look at the Cybercab front lights and the Cybertruck front lights, they look the same. But on the Model Y, it looks different. If they kept it the same or kept it proportion to the Model Y, it would have looked a whole lot better, in my opinion. That's it. Because right now, all you're just seeing a massive hood and a front bumper. But I don't know. Maybe if I see it in person, I'll change my mind for the front. But I love the back, and I love the interior. It's just the front. I'm not too big of a deal. Um, yeah, like the Model Y is my least favorite car, only because of the suspension and the rear window. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was the other reason. The rear window is so small compared to the Model 3. In the Model 3, you can see everything in the rear window, and the suspension is better. So and they said that it's a softer suspension, this one. So let's hope this one doesn't become my least favorite too after I test drive it, maybe in 2 years. I don't know. Let's see. Um, but yeah, that's what I that that's the Model Y. That's the Model Y release. Let's see. Um, I mean, what they said there's 50,000 already pre-orders of it. 50,000, and it's going to climb more aggressive as we keep going forward. So that's going to be my only fear is not fear, but my only concern is that by the time it comes to North America, because Asia they're getting deliveries in May. China is in March. So that means if Asia's getting it in May, maybe North America and Europe is around the same time, because I know the route to I know in Fremont they already have it there. They just have to tool it and stuff like that. So it may be even earlier than May. But I I expect Tesla to at least release the not well showcase. Actually, no, they won't do that. They won't do that. Um, they will just make the affordable models just available, because it doesn't make sense for them to do like a nice, hey, this is how it looks like, but then there will be leaks. There will be leaks. There will be, pictures of people on X and just normal people saying that, oh, look, this is a new car of Tesla that we haven't seen. The shape is new. It's not the Model Y. It's all like covered and stuff like this. What is this? And then the whole market knows that, oh, this is the affordable models. And then I don't think it's gonna Osborne Model Y, but if someone who is in the market to get a car at the most affordable price, it could affect it, the Model Y and Model 3. Because it's like, okay, it's still a Tesla, but it's a compact version of it, unless they make it very small. That's my only concern. That the same timing of the affordable model was being released or not released, or just having a rumor of it. They said first half of 2025 is when they're going to be there for production. So definitely we're going to see some pictures and all these cover up pictures for sure. And at the same time we have the Model Y deliveries as well. So it's like, huh, and if well, I'm just looking at the
Mass
macro.
majority of people are not Tesla hawk like us. They don't look at the news. They think about getting a new car. There's a research study about it. When people thinking about get a new car, they make decision in 7 days. So and I think this is how I see it. I might be wrong. Tesla will make a tier of the product, right? The Model S, Model X, it will be the fancy luxury car, and Model Y and Model 3 will be middle tier. It's still like high end, kinda middle price, 40,000. If you want performance, maybe 45, five, like whatever, right? Mid 40,000, right? And the cheap one will blow everybody mind. It will be like 25, 30,000. So when you put everything together, people won't be able to afford Model Y. They're gonna go for Model Y. People will say, "Oh, I used to drive Prius. I used to drive Honda. I used to drive Accord." They're gonna go in a lower tier, in a whatever they call Model Q. If it's gonna come, Model 2, Model Q. Um, yeah, and I think they will make that cheaper model a lot in China because the Southeast Asia, the East Asia, that will be the big market over there. Also Europe. In America, I don't know. I thought they're gonna have a Giga factory in Mexico and make it over there. I don't know. But me myself, I never see the Giga Texas. Also, they say it's very big. It's not full capacity yet. So maybe we do it over there. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely. Well, Giga Mexico is now a no-go, I think, because of tariffs. Um, but Giga Berlin and Texas, they have a lot. They're not fully they're not at full capacity yet. I think Berlin has like they just started on their phase two for that, and they have another three phases to go. And Texas is just massive. They have a lot of room there to do like pretty much everything. Um, but yeah, no, 2025 is going to be a crazy year with the affordable models coming, with the Robotaxis, and then finishing off with the semis, and then oh man, it's such an exciting year. Such an exciting year. It's going to be an awesome flipping year.
And so soon, friend, you can talk to your car, and your car will be really smart car because it will have Grok in it. This is a different, like, come on, when you have 40,000 and then you want to go buy the Mercedes just for the cool light, but when you talk to your car say nothing back. Right?
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. It's like, hey, take me to this place, take me to that place, and then you can have a nice conversation with
It's
Grok.
like, I want to go to San Diego. How long is the drive? What is the route we can go? Where we can stop for McDonald's? Can we stop at Big Sur? Can you find a charger in Big Sur? What is the best resort in Big Sur? The car gonna do the thinking for you, right? That'd be awesome. I just cannot wait.
It's gonna be a sheesh moment. It's gonna be an absolutely sheesh moment. Whew.
And we all here gonna be filthy rich. I just see the future. I just have the crystal ball because none of people in the Wall Street is picking up this except that guy named Simon Hill. I love listening to him. He have a good method, but like a lot of people are just like, no, they miss delivery by 4,000 car. Like, oh God, you guys not capable of thinking big. Especially Elon come out and say all this. Like this year, in the past 4 years, if you look at our CEO, this year he's super bullish. Out of the gate, he's just like, okay, we're gonna have 500,000 robots in 2027. Yeah, your car will talk back to you. Yeah, full self driving is go wireless. Yeah, we will have cyber cab. You- in San Francisco and Texas, this year 2025 by Q2. Like it's more bullish than ever. So I'm excited.
Very excited. Very exciting times. I'm just happy that we're finally gonna see the EPS grow. Well, maybe not in Q1, but in Q2 for sure. I'm just happy to see that happen. We have a new speaker here, Lou Mary. Oh, now I'm going back to a listener. Never mind. Changed their mind. Um, so, any thoughts, Brendan? Any questions?
Okay, so for me, like I really like wonder. Okay, I I think it's hard to grapple with all of this, but I think that like especially when it comes to the affordable models, as Foss said, if you drive like a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla, you might be looking for those. But like, okay, overall, I think that the market for the Model Y is already like there. And I think for the people who are looking for that $20,000 car, that's about the price of a Corolla, there's such a huge market for it. So the way I look at it is that I don't think there will be like an Osborne effect of like, oh, there's like a cheaper one. And like I think that the way that Fog described like the high tier, the middle tier, and the low tier is really, really spot on. And what was the other thing? Oh, sorry, there was one other thing. What was the other question? I'm sorry. Hello?
What was the other question?
Oh, I forgot.
So it was
Oh, jeez.
it was that the Model Q, um, affordable models. Let me
Oh,
have
I guess
to.
that was it.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think it was just that. It was just
Yeah.
that one thing. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, it's just interesting to me that we're gonna have many product launches this year, which is insane. So, and it's just interesting to me that we're going to get the Model Y refresh, of course. Well, we're already getting it, but the delivery of it, and then the affordable model is coming too, Model Q, whatever it's called. And yeah, it's just going to be a lot of product launches, and the goal is what, 2.2, 2.3 million vehicle deliveries for this year. So let's see. Trump's going to come in 9 days from now. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen.
And it's feel like 9 years.
Yeah, like 9 more
It's so
days. Like,
long.
oh, yeah, I'm doing a countdown on X. I should continue it.
It's
But
like Biden don't go fast enough.
yeah, let's. The first 100 days are the most important. So let's see what Trump will do on his first executive orders and all that kind of stuff. And of course, Elon has Trump's ears. So it's going to be very interesting to see how deregulation is going to happen, how the FSD is going to move forward, and how Trump will treat the EV market. and just the total economy as well. Right now, he's making a lot of moves, a lot of chess moves, in my opinion, calling Canada the 51st state, and then he's talking about Greenland and Panama. Of course, he doesn't want these. Of course, he doesn't. I know he's going to. Here's the thing: he's talking about Canada being the 51st state, but it's just a chess move. He doesn't want Canada to be the 51st state. He just wants the resources. That's it. Now, I do think maybe down the line they will do some sort of an economic thing like what the EU does, like maybe get rid of the Canadian dollar maybe and just do the US dollar throughout both countries. Sure. But he's doing some good, strong moves. And with Elon on his ears, oh man, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing 4 years for Tesla investors. It's going to be 4 amazing years for just investors and the stock market and company and businesses. It's going to be flipping awesome. It's going to thrive. It's like, think about what happened in between his first presidency, he got elected when? 2017, right? 2017 to 2021. If you remove the COVID, what happened with COVID? It was a fire market. It was one of the greatest markets ever. So I expect for that to happen again, in the next 4 years. And now, since they're going to be reducing the government, because, man, in Canada, my God, the level of governments there are here, like the government has grown like 40 or 50% since Trudeau has taken over. And it's just regulation on top of regulation on top of regulation, taxes on taxes on taxes, and you can't get anything done here anymore, unfortunately. That's why I'm working.
The same like California.
Yeah, same in California.
It's
Like
bullshit.
yeah, California and Canada are like woke mind states and countries. Unfortunately, especially Canada
Pejjy,
now.
what do you think about the new Prime Minister, Pierre?
Oh, Pierre! Oh, hell yeah, we need him. Oh my God, he's not woke. He's smart. He knows what he's talking about. And I don't know if you guys see the guy who's leading the race for, or I don't think he's leading, but he's part of the race to become the PM of, or the leader of the Liberal Party. He's some Indian guy, not even born in Canada, doesn't even know French, and the Liberal Party is accepting him to be running, which goes against all the rules on becoming a PM in Canada, which is just ridiculous. It pisses me off. I posted it on X today, and it really pissed me off because I'm like, this you can't, no one should tolerate this. That's ridiculous.
Is that corruption in your face? They just slap it in your face like that.
The Liberal Party really messed up Canada in a way that it's not home to me anymore. It sucks. It really does suck because I grew up there. I immigrated there in 2003, and it was a whole different time back then. And I was embracing the Canadian culture and stuff, and it was a really good culture. I really liked it. But now it's like, it's so unlivable, and it's just so sad. It's like, when I visited, because I go there every summer now, and ever since 2019 and onwards, like 2019 was a really good year, but then after that, every single summer that I visited, it just kept getting worse and worse, to the point now that I'm just like, man, this is not even home anymore. Like, it just doesn't feel home to me anymore, which sucks. Which is why I'm thinking to maybe move to Texas or something. I don't know, because it's not woke. It's capitalism to the max, less taxes. I could actually afford a home there, unlike Canada here, which I can't afford anything. So, I hope this. I mean, this Pierre guy is going to become the next prime minister of Canada. No doubt about it. The polls are crazy. Canadian people had enough of him, of Trudeau, and the Liberal Party. It's gonna it's gonna take a long time for him to fix things.
I'm so in support for you to move to Austin. It's a home of Tesla. You're making Tesla content.
It works well.
You can go. You can. Yeah. It's match your purpose, isn't it?
Yeah.
It seems like everybody who moved there is pretty happy.
Yeah. It's apparently it's the least regrettable place for anyone to move in the U.S. is Austin, Texas. That's a fact. So that was pretty. That's some stats. I'm planning to visit during the summer for about a week or two in Austin, Texas, to see how things are, to see how the environment is, to see how how life is, and if I fit in or not. I don't know. So to see how it is, meet some people. If you're there in Austin during the summer, we can meet up, or anybody, we can do that. I know Farzad's there. we contact him, and and some other people, other awesome people are there too. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Canada is sucks. And I don't know if you guys if you've seen the new prime. Oh, I'm gonna call him the new prime minister because he's gonna be the new prime minister. Pierre, talking about how we should open up to having a gigafactory in Canada because we have all the resources and minerals and everything. Oh my, we have so much minerals and resources, and yet we're importing it all. Freaking disgrace. But um, yeah, I mean they're open. They're pro business. They're like they're not. Well, they're right wing, right? So they're more focus on the country more, focus on reduce taxes, reduce bureaucracy and government, which is what Trump's going to be doing with his administration. And that's why the US is going to have a massive lead in innovation and growth for the next 4 years, especially Tesla, especially positioned so well. It's ridiculous. So sheesh. Is there any? I think we're approaching our 90 minutes. Is there any final thoughts anyone wants to share?
I say this. It's been not fun for the last 3-4 years. It's been like, okay. But right now, since it went up to 480, it's been very fun for me because I buy at 129, 159, 179. I've been buying 200, 220, 250. So those stuff are fruitful for me, and I'm very happy. And I believe me and Pejjy is going to be friend for another 10 years. And 10 years later, we're going to look at today and say, can you believe that day when we say 400 is expensive? We're going to laugh our ass off for sure. That's my last thought.
Facts.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to both of you guys for having me. You guys are really awesome. And also I just want to put a retweet on that or repost now, I guess. Because it's going to be amazing. I know that it hasn't been easy for the past 3 years, as you said, Fa, but I just know that the future is just going to be so beautiful. And like a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, four, five, six, it's just going to get better and better, So I'm just so hopeful. I'm very optimistic, and I just can't wait for the future.
Yep. Yep. When I started to buy Tesla in 2020 and start making content on it, um, even when the stock went down to 101, I was the most happiest investor ever because I was buying as much as I can, hand over fist. My whole savings went into it. And I was optimistic still, and I was happy. While everybody else was like, "Oh my God, Tesla's gonna go to $69 per share and then go bankrupt," and I'm just like, "You guys are idiots. Thank you for the opportunity." Same thing in 2024 when it went down to 140. Same thing, and I made them all public on X and on my YouTube, banging on this table saying that this is one of the greatest opportunities. You guys are all scared. Like, what? You guys were begging for like a nice pullback. Now you get a good pullback, a big crash actually, and you don't want to buy. Like now you're regretting it. Like, bro. So yeah, no, yeah, much more.
Pejjy,
Yes.
it's the wealth is not for everyone. The
Yeah.
wealth is for the discipline, you know. And
Yeah.
the fear is real. Fear is real, but the successful to be successful, you need to be able to fight your fear.
Very
Fight
true.
your fear of starting business. Fight your fear of doing something very hard. Fight your fear of your friend and your husband tell you to sell the stuff and you tell them to shut the fuck up. You have to fight it, So I will say like don't let us tell you what to do with your money. Do your own homework, but study from the success. When you look at someone who very successful, what are they doing? That's the key.
Yeah. When I made a podcast with Joseph actually, and it'll be live on Monday. And he has like 60,000 Tesla shares, and we talked about conviction and everything. It's an hour podcast that we did together, and it's gonna everyone will find this very exciting and very helpful and insightful actually. especially if you're a new Tesla investor. But we did say that once you know what you're investing in and you know what the conviction is, red days become your favorite days. And that's very true. I love red days.
Fact.
And exactly. So yeah, on that note, we're gonna, you know, have to say goodbye now because we reached that 90-minute mark, and we do this every Saturday around 2 o'clock Eastern time. So thank you everyone for coming. We do this once a week. It's a lot of fun. We cover whatever happens in Tesla in a week because every day there's some big news for it. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Fa. Thank you, Brandon. We'll
Thank
do
you.
this. Yeah, thank you. We'll do this next week, Saturday, and let's see what happens next week with Tesla. Always, never a dull moment with Tesla. Alrighty, so gonna end off the space. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome weekend, and take care. Sheesh. All right, that was a very, very chill space. That's what it was. So, 90 minutes, or now almost 2 hours. So I gotta end this off. But someone asked a very good question. What about alpha strategy of Joe? I'm gonna have him back on soon, so don't worry about that. Pejjy, do you think Tesla will ever do another stock split? Oh yeah, 100%. I'll make a video on that as well. But anything over anything over $800 per share, above that, get ready for a stock split. That's all I'm gonna say. Anything over 800, in my opinion. Sheesh. So I gotta go, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being in this part of the space once a week, every Saturday. And sometimes I go live covering news depending on what the news is. So I love you guys so much. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Love ya. See ya.